Welcome to our Chef at the Market virtual demonstration brought to you by RV Ag. Each week we will be featuring local chefs who will be sharing recipes using farm fresh products sourced from the RV Ag online marketplace. For more information or recipes, visit our website.
Hi, I'm Tina Shiver, registered dietitian and certified in functional medicine, and I'm with Lighten Up. I have my own private business, and I do a lot of cooking, which I try to put out on social media, and I'm really excited about being here today. I'm going to be cooking or fixing, I guess preparing, a dish which is a fall foliage dish, and it's going to have cabbage in it, and it's going to have lettuce and a lot of different color, and it's really going to be good for you, and I'm going to talk a little bit about that as we're chopping. So we're going to start with a lot of the leafy greens. And the reason why I chose the leafy greens is because of their color, and also because they have a lot of folic acid in them. They're known as folate, which is also known as foliage. So it's really important that you get this in your diet for health reasons. The more pigment, the better. The more health, the more benefit. The more phytonutrients and the more antioxidant nutrients, which is really important during this day and time with everything that we have going on in the world, especially with the virus. And what I encourage everybody to do is to take my dish and expand on it, and take whatever you have in the refrigerator and use it if the flavors kind of blend in. So we're going to chop up the bok choy. And bok choy is wonderful to use because it's going to have a wonderful crunch from the stem, and then you're going to have the green leafy part of it as well. And I tend to chop it versus tear it because most people like to have their salad in smaller bites. So we're going to add that. So we're going to cut the ends of the red kale, and then again, I am going to slice it in ribbons because I don't like big pieces of kale because it's so difficult to cut up. I like to just dive into my salad. Then we're going to add some cabbage. So I'm going to take off the outer part, and I'm going to slice it at the very end so that I can shred it. Now, if you have a food processor, you can certainly use a food processor. Now I'm going to slice it this way. Please be careful about your fingers when you slice this. As you can see, I'm sure a chef could give me some really good direction on slicing. So we're going to add the cabbage. We're also going to add the red onion. There we go. So I'm just going to use a little bit of red onion for color. For those people that have that follow a low FODMAP diet, if you're familiar with that, then you want to be careful about raw onion. But if you don't, add it because prebiotics are really, really good for the gut, and they help support your friendly bacteria. So we're going to add these beautiful microgreens, and we have 3 different kinds here. There we go. It looks like beet greens. There might be some broccoli in here, broccoli sprouts. And you could see the red at the bottom. It's just, they're beautiful. But there we go. That is beautiful. We'll take these Brussels sprouts. Whoops. And we're going to slice them in half because that'll increase it won't take as long to cook. So we're going to slice them in half. And then this is an interesting new dish as far as the Brussels sprouts that you could use in the salad, or you could use alone. You could add it to a fish. You could add chicken to it. If you're a vegan or vegetarian, you could add some chickpeas. But this is really simple, and I'm slicing it in half. And what I'm going to do, instead of drizzling balsamic vinegar, I am instead going to use molasses. And it gives it a fabulous flavor. It makes them crispy and just enough flavor to, I don't know, to maybe hide a little bit of that bitterness that some people don't like. So I'm going to drizzle the maple syrup, and you can add more if you feel like you don't have enough for flavor, but you really don't need, but probably about a tablespoon is what I would use. and then you can mix it up. So they're going to go in here. So we're going to slice the beet and quarter it and then quarter it again. That should do it. This is a beautiful squash. It's one of my favorite. So we're going to slice this in half, and then we're going to slice it this way. And you can see there are seeds in it. And then we're going to slice it again. And then we're just going to take the seeds out. And I just use my hands. All right, so now what we're going to do is we're going to slice this so that it's like this. Now, what I love about this shape and this size, you could actually put this into a saute pan and cook it in like 10 minutes. A little olive oil, it'll roast, it won't take long. I'm putting it in here just because they'll all cook at once. So we're going to slice. So we've added the squash. Olive oil can actually help with cardiovascular disease as far as reducing risk. So I'm a big supporter of olive oil, and avocado oil are my favorite. So then I'm going to just take a spoon and make sure that that olive oil was distributed nicely. Okay, so it's time to put this in the oven. We have it preheated to about 350, 400, depending on your time. And we're going to add it. All right, so we're going to saute pumpkin seeds. Should be plenty. And add a little bit of oil. And you're going to roast them until they're brown a little bit. So with the carrot, sometimes I just chop it. It's not always that pretty. Grating it might be a lot nicer because it kind of distributes it a little bit more. And it doesn't seem like there's a big chunk of carrot. In this particular dish, I really wanted all the flavors to marinate together. So you're going to get bitter, you're going to have a little bit of probably sour from the lemon, and then you'll also have a little bit of sweet from the molasses and the squash. So I'm basically going to take a couple of lemons and slice them in half. And all I'm going to do is squeeze the lemon. Yeah, these lemons are nice and juicy. And then I'm going to add, so we have 2 lemons, and then we're going to add about a 1/4 cup of lemon juice. And I have been doing this long enough to where I just guess, so measure it if you don't feel comfortable. So we have olive oil, lemon juice. And now we're going to take the garlic. We're going to slice or take the outer piece off so we end up with just the raw piece of garlic here. So I'm going to chop it up. You can mince it. In the recipe I call for mincing. It'll probably blend in nicer with the olive oil and the lemon juice, but you don't have to. You can do just like what I'm doing. So I'm going to add lots of garlic. Okay, so I'm going to add a little salt and pepper. Use a little pepper for flavor. Also going to put a little bit in the salad. And there we go. We have the dressing. We are ready to pull out the roasted vegetables. Oh yeah, and the beets are, you know, the nice thing about the beets, they're not doing this now, but a lot of times you'll end up with a red color and it will blend in with a lot of the veggies. It didn't do that. Oh, there it goes. So you've got a little bit of red color. We have these wonderful greens, and we're going to add the Brussels sprouts. I'm going to add some beets. There we go. And you could chop the beets up a little bit more if you'd like. It's really up to your taste. And then we're going to add the delicata squash. So we're going to add the dressing first, which again is the lemon juice and the olive oil and the garlic. And I'm going to make sure I get chunks of garlic here. And we're going to put that, slowly drizzle it over the salad. So I am going to slice this wonderful pomegranate, and I'm just going to squeeze it to get a little bit of juice in there. And then I'm going to add some pomegranate seeds, which are going to add a lot of flavor and texture to this salad. And here we have the salad. It's a foliage fall kale and Brussels sprout salad with lots of flavor, texture, and color, and really, really good for you.